One conservative video dipper. If you got a dip, pack a lip. I'm going to read what's going on between Candace Owen and Turning Point USA. I'm going to read what's going on both sides and make my, I guess, arguments without taking sides. So let's get down to it. Tonight's breakdown on both sides focus on something that a lot of people are focused about because the message from both parties have shifted as the situation unfolds. Candace Owen says she is willing to debate Turning Point USA, just not in person, and Turning Point says the conversation can only happen face to face in their Phoenix studio. Both sides insist they have good reason, which I'm sure both sides do. Both sides say they are not backing down. Of course, we know both sides will not back down. So we lined up every statement in order to understand the full picture without taking anyone's side. Here's what we found. Candace's early position opens up any conversation, any format. Before any date or details were announced, Candace spoke very openly about participating in a discussion. Coverage shows her saying she was ready to talk, ready to address her points, and ready to do it without heavy planning or delay. Her tone suggested, whether you want to have a conversation or whenever you want to have the conversation, I'm available. This sets the stage for what the audience thought would be a live back and forth between her and TPUSA. TPUSA set a date and time and place in person only. Then TPUSA publicly announced a planned live stream from Charlie Kirk's Phoenix studio with several of Charlie's friends joining to address her claims. They invited Candace to attend in person, making it clear that the event would be conducted live from their headquarters. Their public framing was that this was a formal response from people closest to Charlie Kirk in space associated with his work at a set time chosen by them. They emphasized this was not intended as a serious on-camera discussion, not a remote panel. They did not accuse her of anything. They simply stated that they would be in studio and she would be welcome to join. Candace responded saying that she can join virtually but not in person. One Turning Point USA announcement became public. Candace clarified her position. She said she learned about the date through social media. The scheduled time conflicted with her existing live broadcast. She had family responsibilities that made travel difficult. And importantly, that her husband advised her not to appear in person, which we will discuss later, onto some of her reasoning. She then offered a solution that worked for her. I will happily join virtually. She said that she was fully willing to cancel her own show that day to appear digitally, and also she would be open to another date where virtually participation was possible from her side. This was not backing out. It was simply choosing the format she felt was responsible and appropriate under the circumstances. TPUSA declined the virtual appearance and proceeds without her. TPUSA reposted her virtual offer and responded that they would continue the event as planned without her participation. They did not provide a detailed explanation for rejecting her virtual participation. The public interpretation varies here, but TPUSA's decision was straightforward. Their event was already structured as an in-studio conversation. They planned to address her statement with Charlie's close friends present. They did not shift the format after her counteroffer. No accusations, no personal attacks, simply a reaffirmation that, or a re-counter offer that show would proceed in person, with or without her. Two sides, two formats, two understandings. When all statements are placed in order, here's what emerges, without assigning blame or assuming motive. Candace's position. She's willing to debate. She prefers virtual participation for personal, family-related, and advisory reasons. She feels the conversation can still happen meaningfully online. She clarified that her hesitation about in-person is not about fear, but about logic, timing, and counsel from her husband. TPUSA's position. The discussion should be handled in person. The studio setting is part of the format they designed. They wanted the participation physically present. They are choosing not to accommodate a remote format. Neither side had accused the other of lying. Neither has called the other scared. They simply disagree on the format, and the debate is stuck in that disagreement. A third possible view are asking about, is this becoming a rating fight? Some viewers point out something neither side has addressed publicly. TPSUA's numbers have been declining. Candace's numbers have been rising drastically. A showdown like this, whether in person or split screen, would generate massive viewership. Both sides. It raises a fair question in this disagreement about the format or about who controls the broadcast, the angles, the numbers, and the monetization. We're not saying it is, we're not saying it isn't, but the audience brought it up enough times that it deserves to be listened as one of the possibilities interpretations. So what do you believe? Is Candace right? Virtual is fine. TPSU is right. In person is necessary. Both sides are choosing formats that benefit them. This might be turning into a money grab for both parties. Neither one wants the debate to happen. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys think. See you guys later.